ran over. So let's talk about our guest speakers coming up. I have to read some of the biography because I didn't do my homework. So apologies. We have two speakers tonight that are going to talk to us about a very important subject, which, again, one of these other things, this party that we're going to be vying against doesn't believe in reality or data or facts. So anyway, two gentlemen coming up are part of a project. I'm going to put my glasses back on because I forgot. What's the name of the project, guys? Reality Project. Yes, that's it, the Climate Reality Project. Okay, so we have two guest speakers tonight, John Quinn and Roger Nilsson. Now, Mr. Quinn has got a very interesting background. I don't know many people that were exchange students in South Africa. That's pretty cool. Did you enjoy that time over there? Yeah? Fabulous. So I want to hear a little bit about that sometime. He went to school in the Midwest, graduated from University of Northern Iowa, has a major in geography, so he actually could tell the president that the country of Namibia doesn't exist, right? Okay, was working as a senior manager in DART, so was very focused on rapid transit and looking at doing city planning, which we need a lot more of. We're very excited about seeing some of the things happening in the rapid transit area. Attended the Al Gore climate change training in Pittsburgh in 2017, and has gotten focused on helping educate and helping promote renewable energies, conservation, and treating our climate better. So, we welcome John, I'm sorry. The next speaker is Dr. Roger Nilsson, received his PhD in clinical psychology from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign in 1977. He is, he's professor emeritus in the Department of Psychology at Miami University in Oxford, Ohio, where he spent 35 years on the faculty. Okay. One question about that, just how insane is our president? How insane is our president? You're a professional, you ought to be able to tell us.
Well, I'm retired now.
So okay, all right.
I'm not licensed in Texas, but there's a term for that. We just call that batshit crazy.
All right, so it's a professional term. Well, I'm glad we have a professional to speak it tonight. Okay, so he was a founding member of the Climate Reality Project in the Dallas-Fort Worth chapter, and he's the chair. I think that you have been since its founding, correct? All right, he's also a member, this is one of the best names of a group that I've ever heard in my life. He's a member of the Representative Accountability Team on Climate Data. The cool thing is they're called the Climate Rats. That's cool. You'll never forget that. Which, of course, is part of the other really cool thing. We've had a guest speaker here before from the funky East Dallas Democrats. Once again, very similar. All right, he's currently serving on the Stakeholder Advisory Committee working on the City of Dallas Comprehensive Environmental and Climate Action Plan. A lifelong Democrat. His first involvement in politics came as a volunteer in the campaign of Lyndon Johnson in 1964. Please welcome our speakers, Mr. Roger Nilsson and Mr. John Quinn.
Well, some of you know me. I'm John Quinn. I hang out with the IGA folks, and some of you in here as well. So Roger and I are here tonight to talk about nominating and electing climate advocates. And we have to make sure our elected officials know what climate crisis is. And as Jeremy Sims have all told us, we have to learn to frame things properly. This is not climate change, this is a crisis. Just today, 2/3 of the nation is under a very strong heat advisory, okay? 2/3, yeah? It's 90 degrees in Anchorage, Alaska, all right? When I worked in Alaska, it never got above 70 in the summer, okay? If it got above 70, I was sweating. So anyway, again, we already know we're all Democrats in here, and we like to believe facts and not alternative fiction. So what we'll go on with is the next slide. Okay, as you can see here, 97% of all the scientists believe that global warming is caused by human activity. And again, it's the human activity, primarily burning fossil fuels, that is causing climate change. That's already been stated, people know this. Okay, just to know, many of you may or may not know this, and this is a interesting point to be made, is that of the funders of the Democratic Party in 2016, the number one issue for them now is the climate crisis. With, you can see what comes behind it, but climate crisis becomes number one. And I'm just going to give you a quick background. This is my wife, Holly. There's my granddaughter, Ellie, and a little girl we're raising, Gracie. Anyway, my story just starts in Iowa. You know, I spent summers at my grandpa's farm. I was fascinated by windmills, and I would climb up on the windmill even though I wasn't supposed to. And I just thought it was interesting how it pumped the water up and put the water into where the cows would come drink it. I also got interested in talking to my grandpa about rotating crops, about using wind to dry corn, which the fossil fuel companies now and back then started using natural gas to dry your corn. It actually doesn't do as well if you just dry it with wind. However, you have to set your seed back a year. So,
I'm getting it.
Okay.
We'll have the wrong one up.
okay, so,
We'll get back.
okay, that's all right. My background then is at Tarrant. I did a lot of transit planning. I worked in Houston at Metro. I've worked at the T, or whatever they call themselves, in Fort Worth and Tarrant. And again, out here, we live in the biggest area in the United States without public transit. We have well over 1.5 million people with no access to public transit. That's because we have too many fiefdoms in our area. My focus, though, tonight is going to be on Lyme disease, conservation, renewable energies, storage, and you got it.
Yeah, are you ready for the next one?
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, tonight we've got to make sure. Here's our candidates for TX24, and we've got Jan here. So we've got to make sure each one of our candidates and whoever gets elected knows all about climate crisis. And we have to ask them what type of legislation they're going to write to solve this. This is not a plan. We've had too many plans. We have to get right on it. Time really is running out. Go ahead. Yeah. The Texas House District candidates, well, I'm sorry Steve's not here. Steve and I have talked a lot about this, and Steve knows, as we all do in here too, that Chris Packard also showed us where all this dark money has come from in Power Texas, oil and gas, fracking. We know that Stickland got whatever $456,000 from Empower Texas, Tim Dunn, and you know, it's hard to go up against that kind of money in our little, you know, HEB. And just remember, Mr. Stickland, to all the teachers out there, the only representative that did not vote for the teacher increase. So, you know, that's a hard thing to swallow. The only one. Okay, and this is our state senate candidates, and nobody's up except for 12, and we don't have a damn running against Jane Nelson, thank you. Gwen is running for 9, but it's not for another 2 years. Down the road away. Okay, so anyway, we need to get a Democratic candidate in these other races. And I believe we've got the momentum, even though it might be Colleyville and Roanoke and all those and Grapevine. I think we can do it. There's people moving in. There's other people coming in from around the nation. Okay, now I'll pass it over to Roger. This is